All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about last Friday night's game at Centerville.
Yeah, I think it was a tale of two halves where we played a pretty decent first half. Kind of took advantage of a little bit of a muff punt by them, and were able to go down and score and then get our two-point conversion go up. So at half we're up 8-7, and then just felt like we didn't really respond really well in the second half. And, they came down and scored right away. And then we came down and got to the 1 yard line, couldn't punch in, and then from there we just kind of stalled on offense, had a couple turnovers and so forth. So just a rough second half, I think. Clean it up and try to move forward.
Do you feel like it was more lack of execution or more of your guys maybe tiring out there in the second half?
I think they played really well. I think they played probably one of their best games I've seen them play. We've seen them a couple times on film. I thought they played a pretty complete game. They were able to run the ball a little bit, and then their passing game was pretty lethal there at times because we were trying to stop their run game. So, when that team's clicking in the passing game, it's going to be really difficult. So, just hats off to them.
What things worked well for you in last Friday night's match?
I thought we were able to spread the ball around a little bit. We were able to get a couple decent big plays, but we're going to have to be more consistent run game-wise and try to get 12 run the ball a little bit better than what he did on Friday. And that's just trying to get him in better situations and getting our backs in the running game a little bit more. We were just kind of a little bit stalled. We were trying to get going a little bit and then fumbled. And all year we've done a really good job protecting the ball. I think it was our first fumble by a runner, in a real situation. We've had a couple fumble snap type of deals, but true fumbles, can't ask for a better ball security this year, and it just kind of bit us at a bad time on Friday.
As you said, you got down close to scoring a couple times. Do you feel like not having a kicking game can kind of hurt you in those situations because you're kind of like if you have 4th and goal at the 7, it's kind of hard because you don't really have a go-to kicker. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's a luxury if you have one, and if you don't, then you try to make do, and it just changes your philosophy. So if you do have a Torres that you feel comfortable throwing out for 35, 40 yards, then it's awesome. If you don't, then you become a team that's like, well, I've got 4 downs to make a touchdown, and so it changes your play calling a little bit. Where a team with a kicker, 3rd down is a big down, and it is for us too, but we also know in the back of our head we've got another down, so that changes our play calling for 3rd down as well.
And you've got Monroe Central coming up this week. Your last 2 home games are coming up. What are you going to focus on this week, and what can you expect from them this Friday?
I'd just say just a complete game. We've got to put a complete game together in front of our fans, and just one of those things that Coach Hostetler is going to come in with a really well-coached team. I know their defense is going to be sound. Their offense is going to give you a ton of different looks. They're going to be an experienced team playing, game 8 coming up here. So it's a team that's, ranked highly, thought highly by the AP and the coaches as well. So we've been in that situation before. We've played a Hagerstown team that was ranked and been able to play well against them enough to win. We're just looking for a complete game.
And you are 4-3 now. When you looked at the schedule to start the season and you saw all those road games and tough places to play, are you satisfied with how your team's done in all those harsh or tough environments?
Yeah, we've done a lot of road stuff. It feels like just that Ball State game took forever, and even though that was a home game, it was away. So it feels like we've never played at home this year.
Right. I think there's only been 1 or 2 home games.
Right, and so we're kind of stacked up here with home games at the end of the schedule. Honestly, you try to go at the beginning of the year and not really attach W's and losses at the, looking at teams, because a lot of times you don't know anything really about the teams, because 2017 Union County is different from 2018, and you don't know which kid is going to become a senior and a man and step up and play, and you get those every year. So every team is its own incarnation of itself, and we're just looking to really finish out strong at home these last 2 home games, and this Sunday figure out who we've got coming up in the tournament.
Talking about the team, as we've talked about, you only have 25 guys or so. Do you feel like that can be an advantage at times because guys are playing both ways? They know each other better. We're on a team of 50, where the quarterback may never speak to the safety. Well, they may be playing right next to each other, or the same guy on this team. So how has that worked well for you this year with such a small group?
I mean, I'll always take 50 kids out, first of all. But, 25 guys, 26, 27, 28, depending on the day, the injuries, whatever's going on at school. This is a close-knit group of guys, and we were talking about it today that, one guy laxes in certain things, is missing this or that, and little things go wrong. It hurts everybody, and so we're very cognizant of making sure that everybody's on the same page. Everybody's trying to do moving forward so that we can put our best foot forward. It magnifies things when things go wrong. Is when you have a low number of guys, you've got to have everybody moving forward, and if not, then it takes a big step back. If you got 50, 60 kids, one or two guys straying here or there, you've got guys to step up in the gaps and move forward, and we just don't have that luxury. So I think that guys understand that they're held accountable a little bit greater when they look around and there's really nobody else to fill the void. So everybody come on out for football next year. Let's get 50 guys, and we won't have to worry about that.
And then you are at your last 2 home games. We're not quite to senior night yet, but what's going to be your message to your seniors over these next couple of weeks, it being their final 2 home games for their high school career?
Go and empty your tank. We talk about that. Just, whatever you can give, then give that to us. And these seniors have been awesome for our program. Coming in as assistant several years back, we kind of looked at this class as one that we were hoping to have strong numbers, and they've stayed with it for a long period of time, and they've devoted themselves to the weight room. We've got some guys that really changed their bodies and have been good role models for these younger guys. And just go out, just fly around. I mean, a lot of these guys are never going to put these pads on again, and football is that finite sport that you're never going to go play pickup in the park with your buddies. At least nobody's ever answered my call when I try to get a pickup game. So
it's kind of the ultimate team game.
Yeah, it's you're never going to do it again, and it's special. That's why it is special. Is you've only got so many opportunities. In senior year, you're just rolling.